Hi, I'm Nicole Stuart. I'm the PA that works here at Sports Performance International. Runners and endurance athletes are much more prone to what we call overuse injuries rather than acute injuries. So an example of an acute injury would be to fall on your hand and break a bone in your wrist. Those things do happen to endurance athletes, but much more commonly they will develop overuse injuries. An overuse injury is a result of repetitive microtraumas to bone, soft tissue, including muscles, ligaments, and tendons. And this again happens over a long period of time. So these can be much more difficult, not only for the athlete to notice that they are occurring, as they are very subtle, but also more difficult to diagnose and treat. So it is important for athletes to understand the stages of this injury so that you know when it's important to seek medical intervention. There are different stages of overuse injuries that we like to make known to athletes so that they can recognize when they need to seek medical intervention. So stage 1 of an overuse injury is the idea that you have symptoms when you initiate an activity, but these symptoms resolve as you stay active, and you have no symptoms following the activity. Stage 2 of an overuse injury is having symptoms as you initiate the activity. Those symptoms go away as the activity continues, but as the activity ends, those symptoms begin to return, and you may even have symptoms that evening and into the next day. Stage 3 is where most people start to say, maybe I really am injured. At this stage, the symptoms don't resolve as the activity continues, and they actually begin to progress as you continue your activity and end up limiting the activity that you can do. The last and final stage of an overuse injury is where those symptoms are keeping you from doing the activity you want to do, and they're even starting to interfere with your activities of daily living, such as walking up and down the stairs in your house or just walking around at work. The best time to seek medical intervention would be in the early stages, stages 1 and 2. Unfortunately, most athletes aren't going to seek medical attention at this point because in those stages, the symptoms aren't limiting your physical activity. So if you can recognize an overuse injury that's starting in stage 1 or 2, your result in your recovery is going to be much quicker. But most of the time we're going to see people come into the office in stage 3 or 4 where their activities being limited, and sometimes they're already to the point where even their daily activities are being limited. Those are still important stages to come in and seek treatment, although you do have to realize that your recovery may take a bit longer than if we could have identified this injury in stage 1 or 2.